going to view this on YouTube, online in YouTube. We're on it to get to the YouTube in a matter of seconds. And then, yes, uh, Femi, yeah, you
Yes,
need
boss.
not to be introduced. He's a whiz kid in this business. And being a whiz kid, we know what it means. He had broken a lot of obstacles and odds, and he remains an example for this generation, even my own older generation and generations to come. He is Kayode Femi. I don't know. He wants to teach me on how to get his name straight, that he's no more Femi Kayode, which we call him. That is Kayode Femi. I think that is well ingrained in our hearts now. He has really taught us how to call his name, and we didn't know. That's tell you how complex he is. That you might not know his name until he tells you his name. You might be calling a wrong name. Right now we're 29 and we're having a full house. And those of us, yeah, the recording is in the YouTube. Just don't worry. Oh, we'll send it and we'll pass it around. It's in the YouTube. Somebody is requesting that we get the recording. So go to YouTube. It's there eternal. We'll be having series of lectures, and today we have our topic, veterinary business, surviving generations. And you can be doing other businesses actually. And the lesson you got today might help you in other business areas in life. We have found out that some businesses fail when the person is no more or when the person cannot do much. It's just like us. I mean, if I tell myself I am not wiring out, I think I should be not telling myself the truth. I shouldn't. I will not. I'm not. I am wired. At 65, I am wiring out. You know, there are times you wire in, and there are times you wire out. There's a time you be at the crescendo. Mhm. There are times you will be at the crescendo, and after that crescendo, and that crescendo time is actually the meeting is being transcribed. Meaning what? So that crescendo times is to remain there is very difficult. It's difficult to climb the hill, but to remain on that plateau is very difficult because every forces are pulling you down, including forces of gravity. Now, at the time you cannot be able to do your business, not even I don't prescribe that though, not the way you are. At time you are not able to do your business. How does your business be sustained? And that is what he's going to teach us today. So, Femi, anybody that wants to know much about you should go to LinkedIn or Facebook. Mhm. So you're a television personality. You're an internet personality. This was a television knowledge, and God bless you.
All right. So again, there, sir, you make me feel really very shy. I'm not sure I'm up to the standard that you're projecting, but I accept it wholeheartedly and hoping that one day I grow to meet your expectations, sir. So I want to thank everybody who joined. Of course, we're on Bluebird TV. Somebody had approached me, my team actually had approached me and suggested this topic. And I said, no, 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 no. We should not talk about this topic. We should talk about something else. So when Dr. Charles brought it up again, there's really no topic I think about more than I think about it. Okay, so maybe two topics. First, how do we make more money? We have overheads and it's important you make more money. How do you expand your revenue? So that predominates the way I think. If you do 10 naira today, how do we make it 15 naira tomorrow? How do you make it 20 naira?
No,
Business
be
has to
audible, be audible, much audible.
okay, so business has to grow. So that thought is always on my mind. How do we innovate what we do to increase our revenue? And I think every business should be doing that. And so those are some of the key things that are on my mind. The next big thing that's on my mind is how do I ensure? And I think about this because I've watched all our businesses in the veterinary sector. And I tell myself we owe it as a duty not to die with our business. So if while you're alive and while you're currently active, your business is helping people, why must it go down when you're no longer in the business? And so it's a thought. So I'm not approaching today's class from an expert perspective. I'm approaching it from a perspective of a student that have that have that have been learning about how to do these things for the last 10 years. I tell my team happily that I'm going to retire at 45. So I have 3 more years of active work with Farmerlac. And so what activity do I need to start doing now? What foundation do I need to start laying now? It's strange when I tell people I'll retire at 45. Well, not retire in life. I'm handing over Farmerlac to brighter people uh, 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 to take it to the next level. So we're setting the strategic direction, and that direction has to be it has to be something we will keep to. And so I we will have a conversation. I will share with you what I know and what I've been learning for the last 5 to 10 years around building something that is sustainable. And I will also require that we share our fears, because sometimes some of these things, it's not that we don't know them. Sir, are you recording? Okay.
Yes, I'm recording.
Okay. Oh, it's been live
No, it's
stream.
in
Okay.
the YouTube. Yes, I'm
Okay.
recording. It's in the YouTube. Yes.
Thank you, sir. So
we are streaming. We are streaming on YouTube. Don't worry.
I see that. I've seen that. Thank you, sir. Yes, sir. So it's really not sometimes we don't know these things. It's because we are afraid. So the second part of this, I will rush through my class, maybe 15, 20 minutes, 30 minutes at the most. And I want us to spend the next 30 minutes after the class to asking questions, to saying things the way things are. Let it not be a presentation, and let's say things the way things are, because it's in a frank conversations like this that we heal our profession. So I'm not a slide person, but I prepared a slide for this. I hope you don't mind. Just 10 slides, and we're done. So building veterinary businesses. No, building businesses that survive generation. Again, I reiterate, I'm not sure if I have the moral right to share this because I'm still in the first generation. So, but I've been learning for the last 5 to 10 years, and trust me, I have a few insights that I think we can share. So how do you build something that can survive your absence? And that's what beyond the founder. Beyond the founder. So how do you build something that can survive your absence? So let's state this. So one is too small to achieve greatness. And I want that to sink in. It's a quote I got online. We have big dreams, but you alone cannot achieve the big dreams. Okay. If your dream is to run a clinic, just one clinic, that's okay. Only you can. But how many people can you employ in one clinic? How many farmers do you want to attend in one clinic? How many pet owners do you want to achieve in one clinic? So it's limited. You alone is a limited version of success. And you have to understand this. You cannot achieve greatness you alone. So it cannot happen. They say impossible plus cannot is impossible, right? One is too small a number. So when you start, you are enough, because that's what you need. And the reason why we have to start with this, you are enough, is because That's what gets everybody started. And frankly, you are enough to start. If you think you're not enough and you think you need other people, you will never start. Because if other people can do it, why do they have to start with you? So at the beginning, others will not start. It is you that will have to start. And what makes people start, the courage that gives people the right to start, is because there's this awareness that I'm enough. I have enough to start a clinic. I have enough to rent to rent a store. Maybe even if I don't have enough resources, but me as a person, I'm enough. When I started, Dr. Mike Eliagu of blessed memory, right? I approached him. I said, "Sir, I have enough to rent a small store in Igrita then in Port Harcourt, but I don't have drugs, resources." He said, no, he called me. He said he will give me five pieces of each of his drug. God bless that man. And that is his story that birthed us supporting veterinarians in this vetpreneur that we do, giving grants and giving people product loan. Because our story cannot be complete without his kindness. There are people that have been kind to me. Once you are enough and you don't have enough resources, all you need is kind people around you. And you cannot break their trust. Don't break their trust. You have instances where things will be rough. You have to go back to them and explain things the way things are. And that was one of my biggest career mistake of hiding when things were tough. And I have a lot of regrets around that. So you are starting because you're enough. But as you start growing, if you still have that illusion, you now become your biggest bottleneck. You're enough. At the start, you hustle, your expertise, your instincts at the business. Everything is around that business. As you start growing, because again, once you have the mindset and the thought that you are enough, what eventually happens? Okay, good. I'm echoing. What eventually happens is that people will start trusting you, your person. Oh, nice, fantastic, fantastic. And that's how it is. People start trusting your person. No, go and meet Dr. Agbese. He can do it. That surgery, he can get it done. That surgery will get it done. In fact, when people now come to your clinic and they don't find you, they get discouraged. At that point, you now start having 50 people come in at the same time, needing your attention. So what do? You start breaking appointment. You start, maybe, God bless you if you have family problem within that time, or your wife did not told you something you didn't like. You get to the clinic, 50 cases are waiting for you. You are not just in the mood. Sometimes you're just mentally exhausted because you were deceived at the beginning to believing you're enough, which is good. But as you grow, you have to let go of that illusion so that you don't become your biggest bottleneck. So as it grows, every decision, every client, every fire still runs through you. The goal of this meeting is that as you grow, you must become optional. So what did they know more? Is it your name or your brand name? And I will talk us through. So I was in Zamfara, and somebody was trying to introduce me. He said, "You don't know Farmalot." It is not coincidental. And I'd like you to understand. And these days, allow me share with a measure of pride, despite I said I'm coming here as a student. It is not coincidental that you know Farmalot. In fact, I get to some places, some people call me Farmalot. Because the brand eventually has to be bigger than the founder. The brand eventually. Coca-Cola. Who knows Coca-Cola? Everybody knows Coca-Cola. Who remembers the name of the founder? Very little person. At a point, you must drop your ego. You must drop your ego. I know you like hearing your name. I know they said the Agbese Veterinary Clinic. I know you like hearing your name. At a point, that name becomes a bottleneck, and your goal will be to make yourself optional. And trust me, that requires a lot of emotional maturity because everybody wants to be the center of attention. Uh, that's what kills us. That's what kills us. Sometimes I go to some clinic, I see the way the founder talks to the people he or she is working with, talking down on them. Uh, so if the people you talk down on, how do they, how do they grow? So these are the three critical things I want to drive us through. So let's go to the next slide so that I can rush. So you're enough. At a stage, you're enough. You set the standards, you move very fast, you build trust, and you learn the terrain. This is stage one, and I've explained it. Every diagnosis, every client's calls carries your judgment, excuse me. You move fast, no layer, no root. You are the one making the decision. And this stage is so sweet. It's so sweet because a client can just call you and get the problem solved. No layer. So it's direct to founder, direct to solution. That's it. You see the gap, you close it the same day. There are some decisions I still make in Farmalad, and the process we want to say, no, let's slow it down because I'm the founder. I just said, no, let's move this fast. So things move fast when you're alone. You build trust. Farmers trust you. Your clients trust you. They buy you before they even buy the brand. And that's why you can use your person to sell a brand. No, if it's Dr. Agbese, don't worry. Anything he tells you to do, go and do it. And then, of course, you learn the terrain. Every mistake, every win becomes is institutional knowledge, but in your head. Hi, you have experience. And there's an experience Dr. Charles here has that even they said, even if you are standing, okay, I think you need to make me a co-host. Somebody is drawing a mark on the slide so that I can disable that function. Also, if you can help us disable that function. I had a very funny experience when Zoom started 3, 4, 5 years ago when we were using it in the council. Somebody hijacked the stage and then start sharing screen. So it's possible to disable that. All right. So yeah, our host today, you see, there are some things, and elders will tell you. He said there are things I know now. Even when you stand on a ladder, you will not be able to see them. Is that correct? Yes, that's correct. But the biggest mistake is that those institutional knowledge is now residing, it's now residing in your head. Ah,
You're a co-host now. You're a co-host now.
okay, okay. So
So you
I'll
can
make the
disable
adjustment.
anything.
Okay, all right. Thank you so much, sir. I was in a place, and I don't want to mention name because they are all familiar terrain. And then they said the person who was operating the equipment in the veterinary teaching hospital died, and all the knowledge went with that person. They said there's nobody that can operate this equipment. Uh, and that's the undoing of a lot of us in the veterinary sector. So stage two, you become the bottleneck. Nothing ships, nothing gets approved without you. Your phone is the company operating system. We have 80 people working in Farmalad. The key people, their numbers, we bought it for them. You know how it is so the day if you switch off your phone, your business switches off. And it happens to all of us. Growth stalls at the moment you travel or step back, you are sick. People cannot come because you've washed down your doctor in the presence of clients. So when client comes in and then they said you are sick, and then they said it's Dr. Chukudi that is supposed to attend to you, and you cannot, Dr. Chukudi, you didn't, you've destroyed his perception among your clients. So growth stalls. Your best people wait for you instead of deciding. Your best people. A business capped at one person's capacity is a job with extra steps, not an enterprise, not a business. Not a business. So how do you build something that can survive in your absence? That's the central question we want to share. And I have 4 ideas to leave with us. Then we will now go into the question and answer. So systemize your business. Turn what's in your head into what runs without you. Uh, okay, let's ask a quick question. Let's ask a quick question. Uh, let me bring down the slides. Let me ask us a very quick question. If you know something, and the reason you know that thing that you know is what's making everybody call you, is it okay to teach another person? Can we drop comments? Is it okay to teach everything you know to teach another person? Is it okay to teach another person? No, okay, yes. So I like that sincere answer. And I like that honest answer, yes. Uh yes, I like this honest answer. No. Yes, I a mentee. All right. So so when you teach every other person, they will display you, right? And I'll tell us what we need to do. Let me go back to sharing my screen, please, if you don't mind. So systemize what you know. How can it be repeated? You are a vet today because somebody documented the process of you becoming a vet. You were not born a vet, right? uh, so the goal, is to multiply what you know or to systemize. Systemizing your business is big English, but so systemize what you know. So if you're doing diagnosis, and please, I really want us to listen to this, but can you take your time and state out how you attend to customers and make it like a formal document? They call it SOPs. Can you bring, there's a doctor that attends to horses in Zaire, and we lost the doctor. And the last time I was in Zaire, I asked one critical question. Did the person write a book? Did the person document? Uh, Progress is denied an industry when all you know cannot be replicated. I actually think also is witchcraft. I think Dr. Charles should write a book. You have wealth of experience. We can, so, and I will talk about technology shortly. We're not praying anything happens to you. But down the line, and trust me, sir, Dr. Charles, 10 years down the line, or 20 years, or 50 years down the line, we will still be producing vets. The only way they will know that a vet once exists that built the foundation of what we are learning today is documenting. How do and this, what you're doing with Bluebird, sharing this knowledge on YouTube will always exist. I don't know whether something is going to maybe World War III or thereabout, right? But somebody can go back and say, somebody built Bluebird and I can learn. You owe the profession and your future documentation of what you know. Whether you want to share is up to you or not, but it is your obligation. If you don't want to, your memory and your work to go down the drain, so it's not like I want to be public. But Dr. Charles was making a comment that you should go on LinkedIn. I share on LinkedIn. In fact, more people got to know me with me sharing on social media. I have a book. I wrote a book, A Fool at 40. When I was turning 40, I said 10 of the biggest mistakes I've made. I have the book. Whether people buy or not, it doesn't really matter. I only need one person to be able to learn from the 10 mistakes. I wrote the 10 mistakes that I've made. My late mother-in-law, died without me saying thank you. There are people you have around you that you're not saying thank you enough to. And so I was letting young people know that the people you have, you will always not. It's just take one day of disaster for everything to change. Why don't you say thank you? I followed somebody that promised me wealth without me working. I lost my business, got into debt, 17 million, took 5 years of my life. So now if you are dangling things that I'm going to make money without me working, because all the best. But if it stays in my head and I don't share the story, what the person said, what to look out for, so more people can relate to me now because of a few lessons I have generously shared. You have to document. Your fear is what's keeping you small. If the water is flowing from you and you are continuously developing yourself, you will not outshare yourself. What you share is just like I called my people. I have a few set of people that I'm watching over now in farmland. I share my heart to them. I say, don't make this mistake. You don't have courage. You don't have a place. Like, because I know it was courage that got me here. So how do I document these processes and ensure that everybody can learn? Don't let your fear pull you back. Then standardize the decisions. Okay, so if a case comes in, this is how to clerk. Some people, you get to their clinic, you don't even have a standard of. Somebody was in our last tech lab meeting, I think Nativet, and she said that she allowed, and I hope he's on this call. I pray he's on this call. He said he allowed a younger vet to be the one to take care of a case. And then while he was doing his own thing, he was eardropping on their conversation. And the lady finished and charged 2,000. And he said he was bleeding. Let me tell you what the problem is. He has not documented his standard prices. Don't allow people come into the business that you're trying to build without standardization. You cannot say you want to buy Sigma 15 kg and then because I'm not around, Eniola is now one of our sales and marketing manager for Abuja. Eniola will now say, no, 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 since I don't know, blah, 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 blah. In fact, you only need to pick the product on the system and the prices come out. Don't teach your people bad habits. Standardize your prices. So if you are now training people, the first thing they need to learn is your playbook. They can learn from you, but they need to have a playbook. Farmalad has a handbook. Let them learn your playbook. There are two things we prioritize in Farmalad as our core value: empathy and innovation. I will not allow you stay long in Farmalad if I think you laugh at other people's downfall. The moment I feel like you rejoice when other people fall down, you don't have a place, because empathy is our core value. You have to care. You have to care for the profession. You have to care for people. Then innovation, you have to be crazy enough to redefine things. You have to be bold enough to try things that people have not tried. Those things are documented. So in your clinic crisis, your clinic procedures, your clinic operations, don't leave it to an intern. You're making a big mistake. Document your playbook, standardize the decision. You can come change things here and there, but let it be that it is changing what changing what it is that is already clearly defined. The next thing, and that's where people are afraid. There are, I tell my team, and I say it sometimes with every measure of pride. I say none of you is strong enough to pull down Farmalot. I tell them, I say none of you is strong enough to pull down Farmalot. And I say it with every measure of responsibility because I know what got Farmalot to this point. So you are not sharing everything. You are keeping what is proprietary. But I know that what is proprietary, in fact, I can easily tell you because I know it's difficult to replicate. Good people. Good people. You will not, you cannot decide to bring good people. It's not a decision. It has to be a character. You have to become to be able to attract good people. You have to become. So at no point in time do I overlook those judgments. If you say there are people who have attempted to want to bring down family, we are still growing because I know what's proprietary. So document the playbook, standardize your decision, protect what is proprietary. Build leadership bench. Build leadership bench. So of course, all of us know Dr. Nancy, right? She's a phenomenal person. She's a fantastic person. She went to Edo and she represented us in Edo. Dr. Janet, she's in Adama, no, Jalingo presently, and there's a document we needed to sign. And I told the DVS, I said, I trust Dr. Janet. Dr. Janet is the one handling our northern market. I said, I trust her. I've spent 3 years. I've spent 4 years plus with Dr. Nancy. I've spent 3 years with Dr. Janet. I said, I trust them because I know the quality of conversations I have with these people privately. There's Dr. Fortune in Liberia. Dr. Fortune has been in Liberia, has clocked more than a year in Liberia. It's been 6 months or 7 months I've been in Liberia. Report comes in every day, and she's a fantastic superstar. Dr. Tosin is in Lagos. Amazing. Our revenue in Lagos went up this month. We brought her from Liberia to Lagos to attend to Lagos and Ghana. And the first time, our first month in Lagos, revenue has gone up. I know the quality of conversations I have with these people. You cannot do it all by yourself. Family centers. We are servicing the entire West Africa. I am not the one making all the decisions. Power are in the hands of these people. I will pick your questions. How do you get these good people? Because you will have terrible people. We had one terrible person one time like that. And the person went to collect money from a supermarket we supplied and ran away with the money. So having terrible people, we will discuss that at the end. And I think Dr. Charles also has quite a lot of experience with that. You will have terrible people. But I don't want, if you put in mind that people will defraud you, and that's the first thing that comes to your mind, you will never build something that outlasts you. So you have to still, at first, trust that things will work out well. And I'll tell us how to spot good people. You have to delegate outcome, not tax. And this is important. Go and do this. Go and do this. So, sometimes I just call Dr. Nancy. I say, Dr. Nancy, we need around 30 million before this week finishes. And you have to get in 30 million. So it's not a tax, it's an outcome. I say, Dr. Nancy, we need 30 million, or we need 50 million, or we need 100 million before this week's finishes. And she just said, noted, sir. How she does it is up to her. She has grown to the point where I give her an outcome. I called Dr. Tosin in Lagos, almost 12 midnight. I wasn't, I traveled, so I was staying in a hotel. I said, hi, if my wife see me call a single girl now around 12, it will be a problem. But again, I was alone. And, I wanted to really drive home the point, and I didn't want to wait till the next day. So I called. Luckily for me, she called back. I said, Dr. Tosin, you are in Lagos now. This month, this is going to be your first full month. I need this figure. This is the sales I want. I wasn't telling her, go to this supermarket, go to this, call this person, go to this. Because if you're building people, it's outcome you delegate, not tax. And there's a difference. Go and inject this, but why would I be telling Dr. Tosin where to go to? She's not leader enough. Why would I be telling Dr. Janet where to go to? Is he not leader enough? There's Dr. Bamshak also in Liberia. You have to figure out, and I'm mentioning vets because this is a veterinary community. You must trust that they can think. Sometimes we treat the people that are working with us like, so again, I know there are people who cannot think deeply. I know them, but those are not the people you want to have as leaders. But once you see that they recognize that they have a brain, please let them use it. Don't use it on their behalf. So delegate outcome, not task. Give your team the destination and the authority, not a checklist to run past you. You have to do that. Then mentor successors visibly. I hate to mentor, and people quarrel me around that, oh, why don't you mentor? But again, I guide. I, I have like 5 vets now on my radar in Farmalad, and I'm asking myself, who can take Farmalad to the next level when I'm gone? It's 3 years before that time, and I've been asking that question for the last 2 years. So if I'm talking to them, I'm not talking to them on the basis of this tax, this tax, this tax. I'm looking at them. How passionate are they? How restless are they? Do they have the courage to stay? Because pressure will come. So, and once you've found a couple of traits, allow those people lead. I'm not, I tell them I can stand you shining more than me. But I was telling one of them the other day, I said, am I not known enough? It's time for you to step out and let the community know and feel your impact. So you have to ensure that you lead the market, staff and packers. let the market, your staff, your partners see who else can speak for the business. It's not only me. As I said, I think maybe she's probably en route flying because she told me her flight is at 10 or thereabout. So I don't know whether she's on this meeting, but she's flying from Edo back to Abuja today. Who was the one who spoke in Edo? I could come. I could say I want to fly. But again, you have to let people know that the other people is Farmalad. It's a Farmalad thing. They all wear Farmalad brand. When she was speaking yesterday, she wore Farmalad brand. It's the brand you're speaking for, not Kayode Femi. So let people know that you're mentoring people visibly. Institutionalized culture and standards. And that happens, well, I write it down, but the first thing is hire for value. Hire for value. You cannot teach kindness. It's difficult. You cannot teach kindness. There are people who are talented that have sacked because I see that they laugh at other people's downfall. It's not, we don't have that. I hire, so I can train skill, but I hire for value. Then so there are two things, myself, I need to see in you for you to stay in family life. First of all, you have to have empathy. Can you put yourself in other people's shoes? Do you cry when others cry? Do you laugh when other people are laughing? You know, some people, when other people are laughing, they are sad. I don't know which kind of witchcraft you have. The second thing is, do you have the courage to do things, to dare things? Can you approach people? Dr. Tosin did something phenomenal. There's a supermarket that has, I don't know whether she's on this call. There's a supermarket that has I think I see their sales and is in I think she has supplied almost maybe 10, average 10, but not less than 7, because I see maybe if she's on this call, she can tell me how many supermarket, one brand of supermarket. It was when she got to Lagos that she got that supermarket. They told her that when she showed, because I asked her, I said, how did you get this popular supermarket? When she narrated the story for me, I was like, okay, now you imbibe the culture. They told her to go. They told her she cannot meet the person. She said, no, 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 she's not going. She has to supply. She stayed. And it takes a lot of courage to watch the owner of a supermarket and tell them to buy your product. Our products now within a month are in 11 of those supermarkets for her courage. So we look at empathy, we look at innovation, and innovation is a measure of courage. So those are the key things I look out for. Hire for value. When somebody doesn't represent the value you want to multiply, even if the person is talented, don't keep the person. They are the people who eventually betray. And I've had my own down moment. So write down the standards, build it into something in your own body. Look at those traits. Don't waste your time when they don't bear that trait, and then measure it, measure their growth. When Dr. Rodia came in, you know, the first stage she took, I had to collect the mic at one point in time. I wasn't okay. But why did I allow her to stay? I saw that she's fundamentally a kind person. And I saw that she was open. It's not me that mentored Dr. Rodia. It's Dr. Nancy that mentored Dr. Rodia. The last tech class that she did, she owned the stage. So you have to have a way of measuring. Are people learning? Are people growing? And once they're learning and when they are growing, give them the stage and allow them handle it. So again, I've given Dr. Nancy a task, right? Whatever it is that you've learned from me, responsibility of teaching every other person that is coming into Farmalad, because that's how we democratize what we do. The fourth thing, the fourth idea is leverage on technology. Now, I cannot end this and not say this, right? So we have 8 warehouses, and we do sales every month in the hundreds of millions, right? Me alone cannot cram all these things. I cannot cram all these things. We spend 1 year to build an ERP that monitors all our inventory, all our sales, all our payments. So if you don't believe in technology, how do you leverage? How do you grow? If I have my way, there are two skills that needs to be taught to all our vets: technology and entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurship will make us lead. Technology will make us scale, automate. Currently now, I'm working on building agents because we're Farmalad is embarking on another project that will skyrocket our revenue. But it cannot. So if you're taking care of, we have like, let's say 1,000 plus 1,700 people we are servicing now. We want to move it to 10 million in 2 years. So how do you cater? How do you sell to 10 million without automation? You want to be using Excel or you want to be using Biro? Automate everything that is repeatable. Inventories, orders, routine. Some people, if you get to their clinic now and you tell, if you tell, I need to also just tell Isaac, please give me the sales, the top 60 person who bought in the last 3 months, and it takes us less than 5 minutes to get out that data because you have to automate orders, inventory, routine communication. It should run on tools, not on your attention. It should run on what? On tools, not on your attention. You have to digitize institutional memory. We wanted to migrate to a new server, and the technical person said we will lose all our 5-year history. I said I would rather stay on that server than lose those histories because the history. What if I tell you every single dime that has come into Farmalot for the last 5, 6 years can be traced? What if I tell you every single transaction, every single cover for the last 5, 6 years that has come into Farmalot can be traced? So you don't know what you even did last month. You have to find a way. It's not the time to start teaching you how to digitize, right? But you have to find a way to digitize institutional memory. You have to also find out scale, reach without scaling you. Scale your reach without scaling you. So technology let one standard serve 1,000 outlets. And that's really what it is that we are trying to do. So the path from founder-led to founder-optional. So just imagine the topic. See the topic. If you don't have self-esteem, it's not a topic you want to listen to. That you are building to be optional. So just think about it. I tell my people in some of our critical meetings, I say I'm looking for a person who can sack me and sack me early. And I've given myself 3 more years, right? I was supposed to quit at 40. We couldn't achieve it at 40. And I'm quitting. And I said, there's no turning back to quitting Farmalot at 45. There's no turning back. So if any one of you does it better within the next 3 years, I said I'll resign. And so I'm building to not be needed. It's a culture thing. It's a culture thing. I'm not building to always be needed. I don't need that self-importance. So the path to founder-led to being founder-optional is, first of all, system. You get people. You hire for the culture you want to promote, and you really promote the culture, and then you have to imbibe technology. Nothing scales into the future without it being driven by superior tool. The goal isn't to remove yourself from the mission. It is to remove yourself from the critical parts that leads to the mission. Even as I'm alive, I don't know who is going to be the next CEO for Farmalot. I will be cheering. I've already, so for something you have built for 10 years, it's in you already. I will be cheering anywhere I am. Oh, go, 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 dog, go, dog. You can do it. And my person can support the person. But I have to find a way to remove myself from the critical part of making it happen. Build a business, not a job with your name on it. Greatness isn't built alone. It isn't built to depend on you forever. With these very few points of mine, I hope you've learned something that you can work with and ensure that you can move forward without you. But it starts with a mindset. Thank you.
Yeah, you can see some claps, digital claps going for you. Just catch them, catch them. They are hands full. I mean, how long have you been in this practice from graduation? Please.
18 years now, sir.
18 years now. And,
Yes,
and
but
I am clocking 40.
yes,
And
sir.
your mission and your vision is far ahead of my mission and my vision. Even at 65, I clocked 65 on 26th of May this year. I am still trying to renew my vision that will drive my mission. And I will tell you this, you can have this hoopla, or what I may call hoopla. Maybe it might be an opportunity. What I mean is that it's an aggressive part that you've started to have. This is your bridged area, and you might, And as you are getting there, you are shifting your goalpost. You have shifted from 40 to 45.
Yeah.
It is only what you see on the ground that will determine when you quit. All these things you're saying, they are fantastic. 45 is too, you are too young. At 48, at 48, I became the youngest member of the VCN board.
Wow.
And the youngest, maybe in your generation, when you were the youngest, I know.
Yes, sir.
Maybe you were 38 or thereabout. Are you getting what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
That's 10 years after.
37, 38, yes.
That's 7, 38. Meanwhile,
Yes,
that youngest member of the board, I got it at 48, including the youngest member of graduation. So you have a drive part, and I will tell you this. All you ended up telling us is that it is the ladies that are better than the men. Because all the names you have, I've been watching you. You know, I'm not. All the names you have been sending here, Rodia, Nancy. You have not said Abdulaziz.
No, I said Bamshak also.
maybe underneath, and maybe because I tried what you try to shift the emphasis of my business to people. You see, when you employ a vet, maybe in Enugu and you're living in Kaduna, at the end of the day, he thinks you are not there. Your business becomes the secondary. His business becomes the primary. And you saw your business coming down. These are part of the things I've seen. I have employed somebody who left my business in Ibadan and was working in Birnin-Kebbi, doing trans-border business. Birnin-Kebbi is close to the border. And at that time he was doing that, there's no tool to monitor because we're in the analog era. And that time, we don't, apart from few of us that have landline. And the best way to communicate if you don't have landline, you don't have cell phone, is to have a NITE card, which you can plug in, and then you know what I mean. There's no way to track. You know, nowadays you can tell somebody, oh, you are here, okay, put on your video. Let me see where you are. Are you getting me?
Yes, sir.
And if you are in my era where there are fuel crises, and your colleague, who is your junior, you employ to drive the company, will stay. You have somebody raising hand. We'll give everybody opportunity. He will stay in the fuel station for 10 hours, 12 hours, and got fuel. Oh, because you are not there, and telling you that that he bought the fuel from the black market and give you fictitious bills. You see, these are little things. You see, when they do these things, they think we are fools. We were able to crack down these things in an analog era because we are sharper than, you know what I mean? Because we did these things, and I want all entrepreneurs, before you become an entrepreneur, unfortunately, I've never worked under any establishment. I set up my own. And then fortunately too, so I know it all. I know when you're joking and when you're serious. Are you getting me? And you talked about standardization. You talked about standardization, and you discussed everything you are going to standardize, including be courageous. But if you employ somebody that is that courageous, what will happen? And I think from the lesson you have given us, because I've never employed any girl because lady, because I felt that it's a very tedious job, self-repping. I think I should have, after this discussion, because I've noticed that it's only one vet that is working for me and one animal health technologist. But there is still need for your colleagues to go and be mopping up the market and not staying in one spot looking for way bill to this, way bill to that. Because I had to break it down to zero. This guy stay in Ibadan. Onifade stay in Ibadan. Doctors stay in Kaduna. And then they'll be calling us, we'll be calling them. But you see, the need to be on touch one-on-one. There's need to be on one-on-one. If you have somebody that will key into your vision, I'm not talking about when I entered into poetry. Thank God bandits pursued me out of that out of that industry. If you see what I went through, including my colleagues, what I went through. But I think I should give the ladies here a thumbs up. And I think I should start reconsidering them. That what a man can do, a woman can do better. So that's the thing. And you spoke about courageous. You see, I don't believe in look before you leap. I believe if you look, you might not leap. Just leap. If not, we are able to leap. If you are looking at the negative tendencies in running business, you cannot be farm alert. And if you're looking at it, I read one book and I want to prescribe that, The Power of Positive Thinking by Norman Vincent Peale. Every good soul should read, and then we should be reading books, including books of businessmen, including links of businessmen. If this man here, what do you call this guy that owns Virgin Bank in here?
Richard Branson.
Branson, yes. Branson told he was selling partridges, egg partridges, egg or partridges in the bush. And he learned how these birds fly. I had a dream. And the one thing about this is that the younger you are, the more visionary you should be. Yeah. Because if you get to a stage and you start having a vision in life, like me, I don't think I should be having vision anymore. I should be interpreting my vision into action. The visions I had 20, 30 years ago. It's people like you that should have vision. Because you have time to implement your vision. You don't activate visions when it is late. It can be misleading. It can, because of the capacity failure as you're growing older. And the one thing you say here, and luckily for me, when I was UNM playing students in politics, struggling one election to the other, I popularized myself with the one name BBC. In fact, at UNM, nobody had ever known me as Dr. Ibe. When my father came, he was looking for me. They said they don't know me until one boy said, it's BBC. And people started shouting. So now that BBC, I turned into Bluebird Company. BBC of information, news reading, news this, staying in places, discussing, this boy is BBC, is true, giving information, reading. Then we're not watching digital, what do you call it, digital televisions. We were reading Times International. I had to read. Then Concord newspaper, Newswatch magazine, To Tell magazine. Oh, fantastic books. And from there, I was able to be reading autobiographies. If I tell you what I drove from Nkrumah's Long Walk to Freedom and Zig's Odyssey. In fact, it was from Kwame Nkrumah's Long Walk for Freedom that said, well, we are trying to bomb places because these people are fighting us. We need to bomb them. But if they can catch all of us, they remove Oliver Tambo and send him to Tanzania to start coordinating outside. So when they went and grabbed him, Walter Sisulu, named them, they had Oliver Tambo outside there. So you don't put one egg into your basket to be pushing the same war until they got their independence. That's what I got from Long Walk to Freedom. Then Zig's Odyssey. But be it as it may. So when I continued, I wanted to form a company was so easy. What would I call to have so that BBC will be an acronym of my company? That's how I formed Bluebird Company. So my name from the university has gone, my nickname and to my business name, Bluebird, BBC, because it has gone beyond my name. But for you who are struggling to let your name out, to dump your name, I have dumped my name. I have dumped my name long ago. Now, it is time for discussion. And I want us to bear our hearts. Where Femi is saying it is wrong, say it is wrong and tell us the reason. He is here to learn. Nobody is loaded that doesn't want to be overloaded.
Yeah.
Nobody. Nobody is loaded that does not want to be overloaded. He wants to be overloaded. So let today, by discussions we are having today, it is not a master-servant relationship. It is to and fro relationship. From me to you, you back to me. So let's, with reasons, with ample of reasons, cognitive reasons, be able to teach ourselves so that we can move. There's a stage you will reach, you don't need this thing. I've been in UK for 3 months. I'm telling you, if I have built everything around me, God knows that I can't. Or if I'm working for somebody, what on earth would you have been to leave Nigeria for even 1 week without permission? Then now I permit myself. And that there's a time I will reach in my family struggle. Once my kids are out of university, all I need is enough food. If I don't have money, I'll go and open a farm and be producing all I need with 2 or 3 million. And then my life will be going. So now, younger ones, older ones. I saw Professor Malcolm here. Professor Malcolm is a year. I think he should be the oldest person here in terms of graduation. I don't know. Let me see. I saw Ikechukwu.
I also saw Professor Fashina also. I don't know whether he has left.
Professor Fashion is far my junior. I'm talking about my senior.
Okay, sir.
Fashion here. Stephen Okwada, the father is a year my senior. Who again? Let me look before I make Malcolm. Malcolm was 86 set. I'm 87 set. So who's in now Malcolm? So who again? Everybody here apart from Malcolm is my junior. So I think I'm on top of it. So please, fashion or fashion. Please, I'm not saying I'm the oldest in experience. So I'm saying in age. You know, there are people who don't grow with age. I catalog myself as those who have not grown with experience. When I look at people like Femi and look at following short fashion, you can see FAO is just on top of it. Okay. Now let us talk. Fashion. Let me give Jeremy. Is it Jeremy? Are you a Kasa's son? Jeremy, you can talk. After you Emeka iPhone will talk. Please change your names to your name. Please change your Jeremy.
Good morning, Doc.
Are you a son to Jita Boy?
No, sir.
A Kasa King. Okay.
No, I'm from northern part of Nigeria, from Katsina State.
Okay, you're not from Edo. Okay.
No, I'm not from Edo.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you so much, Dr. Ibe, for this webinar, and then also our speaker, Dr. Femi. Over the week, we had a section with him, and it was quite interesting. So just straight to the point, business, thriving, practice, and all of that. I currently have a store in Zaria, Vet Medics Consult, and though I've not been around for a while, 2 years I've not been around, I just came back to give it a different look. And one of the major challenges, even before I left, is breeders. I'm sorry to say this, the council have tried in numerous ways to see how we can collaborate with these guys. And in recent times, they've gone out of their boundaries in terms of vaccination schedules, giving vaccination at wrong intervals at wrong timing. And at the end of the day, they come back to you to correct the mistake that has been made. And when you try to talk to them and all of that, it's like you're trying to create enmity or something. So that's my major challenge. And they come, and then, like Dr. Femi said something yesterday, they come and they are like, okay, I get this thing at a cheaper price, blah, blah, blah. And I will tell them, go and get it there, but know that you're getting a subsidized. Whatever you're buying is not going to give you the result that I'll give you. I buy from Farmalert and then few other companies, Agri Project and all of that. So, sir, how do we help in this issue? It's getting on my nerves, and sometimes I try to maybe kind of explode, and my wife would just tell me to calm down. I have my customers and I don't really care about any other person, but these breeders are. And the way it is in Zaria, it's just a few of us, myself and Dr. Jerome, St. Jerome's Veterinary Clinic. We're the only ones that are having a private clinic in Zaria. I'm still coming up in terms of laboratory and all of that. But then how do we control? Some of our vets are also supporting these guys. They will come, they give them vaccines, these guys go and vaccinate. And of recent, I was challenging them, I was telling them that as a breeder, you cannot vaccinate, you are not allowed to vaccinate. Because on that pet book, what you have there is the signature of a veterinary surgeon. I even tried to distinguish myself. When I sign on a pet book, I put a stamp on it. Anywhere it goes, I have my clinic pet book. I don't just buy that one in the market. I design my own and then I charge heavily for it. So how do we see how to curtail some of these things?
All right. Thank you. But let me quickly ask you a question. Thank you for being an active participant in every conversations that we hold and conversations in the veterinary community. I see your activities and I'm very proud. The question I want to ask you, so what do you want to achieve with your business? If there's one thing you want to achieve with your business, what's that?
Okay. The small animal market in Zaria is not really, like, people don't know much about it. So I want to create a niche for myself in that. I was initially doing poultry. I
Why
stepped
do you
into
want
Let me
to create a
cut
niche
it.
for
Please,
yourself?
Professor Ibokwe is here. Professor Ibokwe is far my senior, more than who's it now? I've looked. I didn't see his name. Okay, please, I apologize. He
no
finished
problem.
finished in my second year. I think in 1983. Yeah. Okay.
Listen, all right, good.
That's okay.
So, doctor, so why do you want to create a niche for yourself?
I want to create a niche for myself, and why? Because I want to use it as an opportunity for me to thrive, to distinguish myself from any other person.
So why do you want to distinguish yourself?
The level of experience I have as a vet, I want to provide what is not what people cannot get in Zaria.
Why
Like,
do you want to provide what people cannot get in Zaria?
To meet up with the standard of veterinary practice.
So why do you want to meet up with the standard of veterinary practice? I see.
Exhaust yourself. Please exhaust yourself. Then you can come in. He is trying to bring in some loopholes. He's trying to
to
pick some
what I really wanted to drive at is that there are cliches that we have that makes us look good and leaves the core of what it is that we want. You want to be a successful veterinary business. That's it. And so what does success mean? You want to have more money, you want to be able to employ people, and you want to probably be respected. They are all basic human needs. And so I have to ask you that so that you don't start getting angry at a problem that is beyond you to solve. Everybody has that breeder's problem. Everybody has that breeder's problem. We're solving that problem, give you more money. So what I do is that I figure out, I write on my list, what do I truly want? I want Famila to be $1 billion company by 2030.
Simple.
I want our revenue to be high. I want young people that can take over. My goals for the business is clear. Then I ask myself, which problem is within my reach that I can solve that will give me this goal? Which problem can't I solve? I entered inside the Veterinary Council 5 years to solve a problem. After 5 years of experience with the Veterinary Council, I realized that problem cannot be solved.
You ran away. And you hipped it up, people like us.
I realized that problem cannot be solved by me alone. We need multiple good people. So I looked at it. I said, okay, the only way this problem can be solved is you need a chain of good people holding critical positions.
Simple.
One person alone will be overwhelmed. So I now said, okay, I'm not going back to the council. Let me spend my time building the next generation. Maybe in 5, 10 years, this new set of people they will not stay there forever. The people you are trying to change will not change. They will not stay there forever. So when their time is gradually passing, people like you, Jeremy, will now be in power. And I told them jokingly in ABU, I said, if you are in my set and you occupy position and you are doing the same thing others are doing, I will come after you myself. So leave the breeders alone. It's an institutional problem that requires multiple good people to solve. But if you're not successful, nobody will listen to you. Focus on what will make you successful first. You are shouting. It's because you are not listening
No,
to.
is he talking about dog breeding? He's talking
Yeah,
about
dog breeders.
yeah.
Dog
So
breeders,
when you talk
leave those
breeders,
problems.
buffalo, there are people who breed buffalo. So you're talking
Leave
about
them. Leave
let
them.
me say something
Okay.
here, Jeremy. Let me just say something here. And maybe from my experience, when I was a copper, I had some clients. And then VOM increased the price of vaccines by 1,000%. The one that's selling 2 naira, they were selling is around 13 naira. But that, I'm talking about 1988 when I was serving. And one man told me, even a friend of mine, that he won't vaccinate his birds tomorrow. Why is it? It's very expensive. And anyway, the one he accepted, the batch he accepted, when the disease came, he wiped out the other one, left the one I vaccinated. As the breeders are doing, Pavo is there dealing with those they are helping. Important term is get the best vaccine, vaccinate the birds, and move on. But sorry, I'm a poultry man. Vaccinate the dogs and then move on. If there are problem, in fact, there was a time somebody bred Napolitan Mastiff. I just put it, I said it to myself, say, even if it is 300 or 500, that I should bring. Dr. What do you call it? Dr. Kuti in Lagos. You can start breeding your own dogs and vaccinating your own and become your own customer. In fact, I won't want in discussing these business platforms and then business novel, the best time you can be an entrepreneur if you are your own customer if you're a customer to yourself. I remember when I was breeding birds, I was importing Marex vaccines. My farm was buying Marex vaccines from me. Then I was having some hatcheries that are doing contract hatching for me. I would just bring the breeders until certain politics came in. They were buying vaccines from me, from my company, and I'm selling it to, as if to say I'm selling to, I'm making my money, and they will pay me. So start having a business. That's what he talked about, innovation. There's no one way, one jacket to life. By the time I don't know whether you know that there was a time I was supplying 95% of the distemper, hepatitis, and the parvo vaccine in this country. Until I left, my vaccine started expiring in my hands because it's expensive. They brought in vaccine from, and the parvo is now eating up. That one day I'll come and mop it up. So that area is not too critical for you now, but you can make it critical. Depending on the way you adjust your strategies, business strategy, and still earn your money, be in good books of this. By the time they get to those guys and got the wrong, and a dog that's supposed to sell 300,000 puppies, about 10 died. They'll come back to you. Let your expertise drives you and your experience. Okay, Femi, do you have so we can tell
No, it's okay. All I'm just in summary, don't focus on the problem. Focus on you first. Be successful.
Simple.
That's what I made up my mind to do.
Yes.
I will be successful, then I will come back and help the system. If you're not successful, you will not be listened to. In this country, you only be shouting.
Emeka, let's Professor Ibokwe. After that, Emeka will speak. Oh, Professor Ibokwe, unmute yourself because of his age. Ibokwe, you are raising your hand, sir. Unmute yourself.
Yeah. Thank you, BBC. We're not too old, though.
But you're older than me.
That's the only statement I made. Okay. I enjoy every bit of these webinars because I like to learn and understand. Because when I learn and understand, I'm able to communicate that to younger vets that are around me We're also looking for mentorship. The last webinar that Farmalart conducted, I was there. One thing stood out very clearly: communication. I know in our training system, communication is not fully integrated into our training. Yeah, people can learn it by themselves.
Yeah.
So communication is very, very important in creating markets.
Yeah.
Where market does not exist, you can use promotional strategies
Yeah.
to establish that market and expand it.
Yeah. Yes.
Number two is to communicate value.
Yeah.
And when you communicate value, people will key into your own services and your products.
Yeah.
That's why advertisement exists.
Yeah.
And that is why Farmalart is always promoting Sigma on his stuff. See it every day. I no longer forget it. So that is promotion. Promotion is communication. And veterinarians have not keyed into it very, very well. And Dr. Ogidan stressed on it very, very strongly. And why is it important? It is important because veterinary extension services virtually does not, or they do not exist. Those services are not there at state level. They are not there at the private sector level. Because every practicing veterinarian should have an arm of extension services. You train your clients, you inform your clients, you expand what they understand in your business niche, because what they don't know, they cannot use. What they don't understand how it works, they are very cynical towards it. So those communication strategies need to be expanded and fully integrated. It's very weak, and it's only farm alerts and when this guy was there, animal care, that I understood was doing those things. The private sector people try to do those things during conferences, but going into the community to effectively market yourself, expand the market that is existing within your domain, and driving the markets towards you, I think we are not doing enough. So if your customers are not doing very well with you, they are not doing well with you because you have not effectively communicated. Or do a little research so that they can also see the gap that they have created or the losses that they have created by not effectively using the strategies you try to communicate to them. Thank you.
Yeah, but fundamental to that, let your products have value. Fundamental. Because you run an extension in a valueless product, you might not end up well. Let's my product, Vetzyme. I'm so proud of that product. They have tried to push that market out. Got to China, brought vitamin, but unfortunately for them, and then cod liver oil, malt and coat. Some had brought fish oil, label it cod liver oil. Some had brought in drums of cod liver oil, crude one, without refining it, and then packaged it. We've seen it in all over places. But to get our own, you pay. And because there's a value attached to that, is the value you're paying for, is not the product. And I believe in products being self-advertised. Some people has got something and put B plus E because our own ends with B plus E. Has it solved their problem? No. Even half price to our own. Have we solved it? No. So try to get products that have high quality, high value. If you are known with that, people will come. Then with with extension services, promotional services, it will be a backup. You can't put something on nothing and it stands. You put promotional services, extension services, the no value product, it will not stand. So fundamental baseline definition, foundational definitions, the resolution out of it is that it must be very, very effective, high quality standard. And that is where anybody that enters into our market, where rubbish is thrown about as veterinary products. NAFDAC will register product 10%. And then they'll go to lab, it's 10%. Next time they'll see, does it have NAFDAC number? Yes. Maybe they'll reduce it to 5%. Does it have, they don't do batch to batch, even in the field. No. They can, even when they're bringing is position those that have the same, the quality they're claiming at the end of the day. So, but if you are doing the right thing, you will excel. People will look at your product and say it's excelling, and they will buy. So when you do promotional services on top of that, oh, it's excellent. Because Emeka, please, we are sorry we kept your hand so long. Though it's not your hand, it's electronic hand. so please, Emeka iPhone. Before we go to Emma Hansen, Emeka iPhone, we are ready. We are very ready here to unfold ourselves in one way or the other. I'll be doing backup. Oh yeah, to Femi. Nobody has criticized us. So. After all, I've said one stupid thing that women are better than men. Veterinary women are better, and nobody is challenging us to it. So we can clap ourselves. Come, that guy has gone. Emeka has gone. Maybe I'll try. Emma?
But I saw his question on the chat.
What's his question? Okay,
iPhone.
well,
Thanks,
let's
Doctor,
deal with
for the impactful delivery, and I hope the younger vets are taking note. My question is,
he's back. Emeka is back. Emeka is back. Emeka, please talk to us. We are not afraid of criticism. We are not. It is what drives a people. Criticism drives a people. When I was NVMA president, if not for critics, hypercritics, I wouldn't have achieved a little, small. Because I always thinking, what would the critics, those who are criticizing me, or those who are in the other camp, those which I have tried to level, which I started in level into one, what are they going to say? That's what drives a leader. What will people say? Not what people, not what we are having today, sycophancy, boot leaking, rubber stamping, even rubber stamping sheet in our space. What will people? So we are ready here. Come, Femi, are you ready to be criticized? Or do we block you?
I'm on the stage already, sir.
Yeah, so we are ready.
All right, Mr. Emeka, Dr. Emeka, if you're a vet.
Sorry, guys. Sorry for all the technical.
Emeka, are you?
Yeah, it's Dr. Emeka Moneke.
Yeah. Nice.
Sorry about that. I was trying to use another phone, and I had to go back to settings to unmute my phone myself. Please, good morning, everybody. Is it good? Is it still morning? Okay.
Yeah.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Dr. Femi, Dr. Ibe. I happen to be on call on the Zoom today, although I joined very late. And I thank you guys I thank Dr. Femi actually for what he has been doing for veterinary profession as a young vet. Because I'll still call him a young vet, even though he's talking about retiring at 45. I don't know.
He's wasting his time. Don't worry.
He has such a high ambition, man.
Don't mind. It's what we call fool's paradise.
Yeah. He's gonna be the next Elon Musk in Nigeria.
Yes. He wants to retire.
But retiring at 45 in Nigeria, man, it's like it. But my question is, Dr. Femi, I admire you very well. You're one of the younger vets that I said, wow, I wish I was like you when I graduated. You've done a lot and continue to do more, which is very impressive in our society and in the current environment of the country. So thumbs up, and thumbs up to Farmerland for what you're doing, But my question is, it's not about what you're creating, because what you're creating is unique. But also, as a vet, maybe slightly older vet, who has or who is walking the same path, not doing the same path as you, who are in the game before you and have had a couple of experiences. I just want to know how you deal or you manage to deal with the veterinarians in your company? Because I know you have a lot. And somebody like me that I've tried to employ very few. I don't want to be sexist to say whether it's a male or female vets, but my experience hasn't been so great with employing younger colleagues, and also I probably want to know, as somebody that reaches out to most of whether you talk about apprenticeship or how do you communicate to younger vets in terms of building a brand or being loyal to a brand or being loyal to their employers and stuff like that, you know. So that's the area I really want to know. Maybe if you can bring it up in this or tell us how you deal with it, because like you said, being old doesn't translate to knowledge, you know. So for us who are also small employers, that will learn from you how you do it, and then how we can help ourselves going forward. So that's my major question. Dr. Ibe has known my experience, so it's something to share.
And you know my own.
I know your experience too. So,
he has even answered that question.
But when we see younger people that are cracking it and doing it very well, we'll like them to advise us so that we equally try and see whether it's something we can fit into. Thank you, Dr. Femi.
He has answered your question. He has answered your. Look at the names he was reading out.
Thank you.
How many of them are men? Charlie.
We have male vets. Dr. Ayo is there. Dr.
But people, I said I don't want to be sexist in this.
Yes,
I know we have tried. We as a government have tried a couple of our colleagues, the male vets, and you know, but he has a plan. He has the way he does with it. So if a little bit of snippets will help us, you know, so that.
Yes, sir. And I want to thank you so much, sir. Maybe let me first of all start from Dr. Ibokwe. Thank you for your kind words, and then to Dr. Emeka, thank you. We are not all self-made, as I always say. I got here by looking at people ahead. Really, I study everybody ahead in the veterinary field. Since I've decided to work here, I find out, okay, what's this person doing? And my team members will also understand that we pick people and we study them. There was a man, a leader, I will not mention him. We studied the person 1 year in Farmalat, 1 year. What's this person doing? How's this person doing? This person is saying, why is he saying this? And so our lessons are not self-made lessons. They are lessons that we pick from others. And I really want to thank you, Dr. Emeka, for what you've done in the profession. I agree there's a younger vet problem. And I'm hoping I'm able to also correct that impact. We have a younger vets problem. There are issues. There are a few fundamental issues young vets have. They want to make it quickly, not working hard. So we have that. I employed the vet some time ago, and the person was teaching a non-vet how to defraud the system. And the person, so again, I'm a bit lucky. I have a few loyal people, and the person recorded it. And by the time I now confronted, why are you teaching this person to steal? And you know, funny thing, the vet was saying, I'm a vet, you're a vet. I said, yes, we're a vet, you're a vet. But you have learned how to steal. I haven't learned how to steal and convince people to steal. But I think this is what I do, and this answers a lot of questions. I increase my surface area. And I want to say, maybe, Dr. Mika, if you're talking to 10 vets, I'm talking to 1,000. So my surface area in contacting this, I intentionally increased our surface area in Farmalat. So if you're talking to 10, I'm talking to 1,000. the likelihood of me finding a good vet is higher than the likelihood of the person talking to 10 vets. So how do we increase our surface area? We're in all the universities. We say outlier award is 100,000, but it's a strategy. So we ask people to recommend. So how do we do our outlier award? We ask people in the class to recommend who do they trust. If they close their eyes and they're about to fall, and there's one person in their class, they will want, want that person to catch them. Who would that person be? They give us the best three. We talk to those, we interview those three. At the end of the day, we award one person and give the person 100,000 and ask the person to come and work with us for 1 year, for 1 month. In 1 month, you will know who will work and who doesn't work. That's how we got Dr. Nancy. Most of our outliers, that's how we get them. So people will think we are kind. Yes, we're kind. We love to improve. But I also know that you cannot grow to this stage without having people to work with you. Once we find that you are dishonest, you don't even stand a chance. It's immediate dismissal. But again, we get lucky and we now stumble on people there are people whose value they will not steal. And although what's difficult again now is to find somebody with a good value system and also can work hard and can deliver. They will not steal, but that's not what we want. It's people who can deliver, who have the courage to deliver. And our success is because our surface area is what we also invest in us being known. We want that young people aspire to work with us. And then we have, okay, so let's go through this. We've sacked a few set of people. There are vets that are fundamentally good, won't deliver, we let them go. So our surface area is high. So what do you do to dishonest people? You dismiss them immediately. So how do you get them? I really don't know how well you will do it, but I talk to more vets than an average vet. And when I talk to them, I'm listening. I go to their schools. There will be a video that will be out next week. I'm in University of Abuja, I'm in ABU, and we're doing some social work, and I'm paying attention to the students while I'm even doing it. Paying attention, who has energy. You will just know that some people stand out. Then when we see those people, we now start cutting them small, cutting them small, and I give them an invitation. And if they fit in, we work with them. So that's how we've been able to solve our own problem. But again, I think generally, and maybe finally, and if you're a younger vet, you are being used because you are useful. So allow yourself to be used. How will your value show if you are not used? And there's no way arrogance. Somebody in this institution, they made a passing comment. And so I really don't want to be referred as being humble, really. I'm not sure. It's not an attribute I want. I think I prefer that people see me as successful than humble. But you cannot play in the field without some measure of humility. Arrogance is not taking you anywhere. So you know small, but somebody knows plenty. How will you get the person who knows plenty to teach you? Don't forget, you just graduated 1 year, 2 years, and then you're talking like you spent 50 years. They will not teach you. They will not even support you. There are some places I entered that older vets have been very kind to me. But if you want them to be kind to you, you have to bend yourself. Even when you think you know, just pay attention. Having a body of knowledge gives you more perspective. See, people are perspective. You are seeing it this way. Somebody who has done 10, 15 years is talking. First of all, live the way you are seeing it. Hear and understand. It's Stephen Covey, 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. He says, seek first to understand, then to be understood. Seek first to understand. If Dr. Charles is talking, no matter how you think you know more than him, can you just listen and understand his perspective? And that skill is what's going to help you in negotiation. But once you don't understand, you don't listen, people are not talking to you, people prefer to stay quiet than talk to you. People prefer to stay quiet than talk to you. Honestly, your growth will be capped. So I want us to tamper down on our arrogance. I want us to also be eager to be used. eager to be used. I was serving the president of the veterinary council, and I was ready to be spent. I was ready to be spent. I would be awake, even spending my own resources in serving. The height you seek, somebody has gotten there. It will be faster if the person puts his hand down and pulls you up. You want to climb by yourself, you will realize that you will fall several times before you go up. So why don't you just calm down and let people carry you on their shoulders? And this is to all young. And finally on this, I really think I want to talk long on this because I know I have quite a bit of some message for young people. So trust. It's easy to do business with a trusted person.
Yes.
Build trust. Okay.
We have 3 topics for you, Femi. You are putting yourself into trouble.
No, sir. I really don't want to be there, sir.
One was the one you had yesterday. Why veterinary business work hard and endless? You have to come back to this call again. Tracking some level of disloyalty in veterinary business among vets. You discuss it. And then how to deal with your business so that you don't suffer bad debts. These are 3 topics. Start preparing them. Are you hearing me? Yes.
Okay, we can hear you now, sir.
Yeah, no. First one is why veterinary business work hard and endless. That's the one you had yesterday. You locked me out. That's your trouble. And you are creating more trouble. Your relationship with me is giving you a lot of problems. Then the second topic is tracking some level of disloyalty in veterinary business among vets. Then the third one is how to deal with bad debts. How your business will not enter into bad debt, which is another killer. Before another one is coming, how to escape scamming in veterinary business. These are 4, I am listening, I'm developing topics. It will come, all of these will come before the end of the year, before we start giving you another one.
I'm at your service, sir.
So, do you know, have you taken cognizance of those 4 topics? Why veterinary business work hard and endless, cracking some level of disloyalty in veterinary business, and then how to deal with bad debts. Okay, how to block bad debts. These are the 4 topics.
I'm at your service, sir.
And then there's the 4th one. There's the 4th one. I'm thinking I'm not talking there.
No, sir. I think what I'm again, if you don't mind, I add there. I'm really passionate around people like Dr. Emeka coming to share their experiences with younger vets.
He will. I have topics for him. Don't worry.
Because younger vets, there's a truth we are not listening to, and we want to argue it out. It will not work. The older vet needs to
Emeka will deal with my journey so far in veterinary business. Don't worry. I know all of you.
So let me just say this final thing to young vets that are listening, right? The older vet needs to drop the baton, and they are handing over the baton. Unfortunately, they're still holding on it because of trust. So we younger vets, we need to bend pride and take the baton. If they drop it or they go away without dropping it, who is listening to Dr. Emeka now? Who is listening to Dr. Lassa? Who is listening to Dr. Charles? Who is listening to Dr. Odunton? Those people are with their baton. We cannot start recreating something that somebody has lived through. Why don't we pick all their lessons? Well, maybe we can modify a few, maybe with technology here and there. But that baton has to be picked. If we don't pick it, they live with all their experiences and all their lessons because they are bitter against us. It's us that will suffer it. They're already, allow me to use the word outgoing. It's us that we now start creating the ladder again.
We have 3 hands. Emmanuel Handen. Please, following Shofasina, please. After Jeremy, you have spoken. After you, Fashional, and then Jeremy. So, Handen, please unmute yourself. Oh? So, you have muted yourself again. Unmute yourself. Emmanuel Handen.
I'm unmuted.
You're formerly of MSD.
He's now Olams.
Yeah, that's Prime Bio Limited.
Okay.
Prime Bio Limited.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm on the farm. I'm in the farm side.
Okay.
Yes. So I want to first be so appreciative. Thank you so much for this time. And I soaked in everything. Some of the questions I penned down, Dr. Kayode has answered them. So, but I will just drop hints. To add to what Dr. Ibe said, with due respect, that the females are at the forefront, yes and no. And the reason is I was listening very keenly for when Dr. Femi said, yeah, I told my people you can't bring down Farmalat because there is something. And he was going to pinch on those things, but I think he did not pinch on the things. I want to stand more on trade secrets and strategy. And if at all there are things that make these businesses stand out, I want to say probably these two have a fall. There's something Farmalat is doing that probably other key businesses need to know about. And in the question of some of the things he shared, going to the institutions, getting to sieve deliberately and intently, those are all aspects. And these are strategies that work. And of course, he has proven some of them. And then structuring past survival. A number of vets, be they young or old, somehow it appears the businesses started on survival. These are people that just wanted to find a way. And I speak most respectfully, please. They just wanted to find a way to survive at their time. And then eventually it evolved into something, and then it became successful. Now to scale that success into something that is transgenerational and effective to multiple people, for me, is the question that has not been answered in some instances. So yes, we see success. And for some of the, maybe I speak for some of the young people, we see success, but we are looking at a stake. Do we have a stake in that success? And I most also want to appreciate Dr. Femi said, yes, be usable. That I have found to be a key. You have to be usable at one point or another, and even continually. You have to remain usable, because somehow we also entrepreneurship, like you said, sir, that vets are not really taught per se. Yes, it's a course that you go through, but it doesn't go through you. So it's like there's need for another schooling in entrepreneurship. Somehow we try to not be transactional, and then I've had to take a lot of blows in not being transactional, and then later realizing that, oh, maybe I should have been at some point. So these are some skills, if I say, that we need. Then trade secrets are documented. You spoke about needing us to have some books written by some of our mentors and heroes. Definitely, we need to have those important memoirs penned down, not just what we say. Yes, the media is there for us, but we need to have snippets and key information dished out that will help in every moment and at every point in time. Then collaborations across generations. Exactly, Dr. Femi touched it. I'm just hinting because these were things I had actually written down. We have a lack in collaborations. And it's because, okay, yes, like doctor, you said, you can be in Kaduna or you can be abroad, and then you have people that are arrowheads on the ground, and you are trusted. I mean, you are trusting them that they are where exactly you want them to be, or you have assigned them to be, and they are delivering the deliverables. So specialized approach and synergistic relationships. I listened also. Let me pick from yesterday's conversation. The doctor pulled out the key customers, or something you mentioned, that you said among the first few, you could hardly find a vet. So these are very key indicators of really where we are positioned in the wealth dynamics, as far as the profession is, as far as the business sector is concerned. And then SOPs, we have a lack of SOPs, and somehow those SOPs are kept to heart because they are not shareable. In some instances, they are considered trade secrets. So I understand that aspect too. So SOPs, for some of us, we don't really know. That's the fact. And what we don't know, we don't know. So SOPs that make businesses work. Like Doctor said, you said now you can track every payment. I have a small business, but I can't track every payment as of now. So I have my own take homes. Okay, I should be able to track every aspect of the business as it is. The employment, hire for value. Sometimes we hire for need. Okay, I have a need for someone, just get me somebody that will do this and will do that without really going through the impact or the value that that person can bring. So I've really picked on this. And then for some of us, the issue of tech, we are not really fully ready to go into full tech. So some of us do what do you call it, adaptations to tech. While, yes, thank you, sir. While we do other things that we know we can easily drive the system at will. So these are some things, the discipline to fully commit to digital options or tech-based options. I think these are aspects that we have not committed to. Hierarchical structures and succession frameworks. Already, you are already ahead in some of these discussions saying, okay, you want an exit and you already have something on ground for people to know that it's not about who you are, it's not about where you're from, it's about how you fit in to what exactly the need is and what the future looks like. Already you would have people that are working with that understanding that, okay, it's not about anything, I'm focused on it. I won't talk about businesses that once the visionary is not around, you just sadly see people saying, oh, it wasn't like this, it was much better. Oh, I wish you met the owner or founder or something. It's a pain that the profession carries consistently, and we hope not to remain. Just two more points. Entrepreneurship and tech, which are areas we need to strengthen as a profession and as individuals. So thank you so much. I just really gained so much listening this morning. Thank you, sirs.
Well, it looks like we'll bring you here, huh, Emma. We are going to bring you here. The way you are talking, you are landing yourself into this. You are landing yourself.
My teachers are here.
Yes.
My teachers are here, sir.
Follow.
Thank you, sir.
Fashion. Okay, you can.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you very much for organizing this meeting.
That's the chairman of our advisory board.
Don't land me in trouble with Dr. Ibe. Yeah. By the way, when Dr. Ibe is talking of the older vet and mentioning my name, you shouldn't consider me as the older vet. It is you and Dr. and the profs. You should be the one, and Dr. Meka be in the older category. Let me remain where I am, by the way. So basically, one of the first things Kayode said is about the issue of the young vet, learning from the old people. It's very fundamental. And if you really want to grow, it's actually the way. Indeed, the Chinese, their model of growth is based on this. We once had some visitors from China, and I saw them, they picked, all of them had camera in their hand. They were taking every picture, including picture of the door handle, picture of frame, picture of everything. And I was wondering, why are these people taking pictures? So I asked one of them, he said, their strategy is imitate first and then invent later. He said that for them, viewing replication as a lack of creativity is wrong. That the traditional and modern Chinese approach is first treat copying as a respectful way to master fundamentals and to the risk. For example, somebody had gone through that process. Why should I have to go through the error again? So the risk entry, learn the fundamentals and iterate, and then move into genuine innovation.
Wow.
Possibly one thing Kayode didn't tell you is that he also actually started as a clinician. He started with a clinic between Ogun State and Lagos State. And it was while he was failing at that he now thought of it that, why should I be competing with these people? Why don't I become partner with them in terms of supply and all those things? And that is the beginning of the story of success of Farmalart. You may not know this. So instead of competing with the older colleagues. For example, Dr. Ebe had been in practice, had been carrying his BBC all over the place while we are still students. We run to him, run to Dr. Alassa and all of them to ask for assistance then as AVMS. Why should I now want to compete with him? So this is one of the best way to start and to start well, because all the risk you can carry, the older people carry it for you and just jump into this space. Again, in terms of increasing surface area, I cannot emphasize it more than what Kayode said. And you know that even in chemistry, we were told that the more surface area you have, the better the enzyme work. So you can work much faster. And I don't also know. I know we used to do business, veterinary economics and business management as undergraduate. I don't know if it's still in the curriculum these days, because that course really is one of the first opportunity I have to be exposed to the business world, because then both my parents were civil servants, and the thinking of a civil servant is different. So if this type of a course is not in our curriculum again, we need to begin to think of it as teachers on the platform, to think of bringing it back. And when you talk of standardization in practice, definitely is very important. And this has to be both personal as well as organizational, I mean professional. For example, recently I met a young vet working with a university here in South Africa, and he refused to sign a particular document on behalf of the university, his employer, for something with regards to the university farm. And I sat him there, I said, why did you not sign the document? I just want to learn from the young man. And he said, sir, if I sign that document, it is my practice number that will be on that document. I know that they've not had enough vet technician in the field who can report to me based on what they've done in the field, and I can certify those people. So I told the university, my employer, sorry, I'm not going to sign this document until you do A, B, C, D, E. So that is standardization. In his little corner, he valued that is certificate and that is practice number more than anything. Many of us as young vets in Nigeria, what do we do? Okay, for example, you talk about the dog breeders who are doing substandard dog breeding. The same is happening in the chicken world. We have many unscrupulous farmers now, or unscrupulous archers. They arch at the backyard. They get carton. They print all these standard carton, and then they package those chicks and get a vet to certify them and distribute it. And we as young vets, we get into the practice, we certify it for them, for the little we will get. These are some of the things we need to begin to think. If you will achieve excellence, you must decide intentionally to be excellent. You see, you have two choices. Either you are a mediocre or a meritocrat. You will make your choice, and whatever choice you make will live with you. So definitely, I cannot stress enough the essence of this meeting. And now I wish that we can have many more young professionals joining this platform when we have this type of a session. Thank you very much, Bluebird TV, and thank you, Dr.
You have landed yourself into a topic. Meritocracy in veterinary business. Prepare it for us. Don't worry. Anybody, all of you. Okay, but before I give my Jeremy. One thing I always tell people is that in all these thoughts we are unleashing here, these are positive thoughts. And I always tell people anywhere I go for mentorship, because I've been to mentorship. In fact, at times I will leave. The other time I was in Birnin Kebbi. I've never been to Birnin Kebbi in life. I flew from Abuja to Birnin Kebbi. Those guys lavished me with entertainment, with love. And you see that we vets, we are so kind. But one thing I always say wherever I go, even in the universities, your background is not your back on the ground. Hello? Your background is not your back. If you think about your background is so poor, you might not go anywhere. The people like us, and I started my early life as a son of a village headmaster, as a village teacher. When I look at it, I'm coming into the world to compete with children of ministers, children of this, children of this. I can't get anywhere. My mind was so soaked it will be so soaked with inferiority complex. Inferiority complex is a disaster. Superiority complex, where arrogance plays is game, is a disaster too. So you have to work within the ambit on things that will help you to grow. So if your background is muddy, that doesn't make you muddy. After all, from mud you get diamond. Does it do anything to diamond? No. Once you see a plume coming from a dirty environment, from a compost, that plume will emerge. You see the plume, brilliant. The environment does not touch it at all. It looks radiant. It looks flourishing. And at the end, it will give you maize or give you mango or give you this or give you that. So don't look at your background. Your background, if you look at your background, you might make mistakes. Some people have had good background and they have collapsed. So, okay, how many of the big companies we were seeing, personalized companies we are seeing, even not even invest in the open world that you see now? There was a time Ekele transport here and there. Immediately he died, everything collapsed. The children are struggling. So it's not the world, this God, the God that creates us is not a partial God. It is what you sow, you will reap. Okay. Where is Jeremy? Has he gone or do we start winding up? Any other person with any other person that can talk to us? Any other person so that we can move? We can move on. I want younger vet and I want a woman vet, a lady vet, sorry. Because fella say if you call a woman, African woman will say no be woman. It be lady. Rodia Adegoke, Impact Manager, Farmer Land. Hey, please, you see here, we don't unmute yourself. We don't look at our bosses. We don't have any boss here on this call. Don't tell us your boss is very good, is very nice because you are looking for promotion. And if you tell us that he's not doing well and he depromotes you, tell me. Tell Dr. Ibe, don't worry. Eh? Say it. We say it point blank.
Okay.
He's laughing. So take the fire. Take the fire.
All right, sir. Good morning, sir. Good morning, sirs. Good morning to everybody that has been a part of this session. I joined early because I was looking forward to, grabbing as much as I can from the session. This is my third time attending the Blue Bat TV, and it's always insightful. I don't have any questions. What I have is just a token of appreciation given in words, because I believe platforms like this are what younger professionals like me need. Most of us, well, there is still a sort of gap between the senior vets and the younger vets. So, and I feel like this kind of platform exists to solve that, among many other.
Rodia, you're off the track. Yeah, Rodia, is she in Liberia?
No, she's not. She's in Abuja.
She's making some sense. She's talking about gaps. You see, I had this chemistry teacher when I was doing advanced level chemistry. When you tell him, or when he's calling no, say, "Oga, you are fast." Rodia, are you back? When you are telling him, "Oga, you are fast," he will ask you, "Am I too fast or are you too slow?" So where is the problem between the gaps? Who is creating the gaps? Is it between the teacher and the student, or between the older vets and the younger vets? I want her to describe that gap, and then maybe we bring her next time, sometime, to teach us the gaps she has seen between the old and young, because at times we might not know that these gaps are there. Now we will start creating resource persons from this platform, because we cannot answer all questions in a day. But can we brew and distill out topics that help us go far? So those gaps, I think, Rodia, I beg, Oga Femi, are you going to release her to discuss gaps between the older vets and younger vets? So that let's know whether these gaps exist or whether it exists in parentheses. Or that it exists.
All our people can talk independently, right? I don't want any one of them.
So we can bring her to deal. In fact, now, the first phase now is that we will start dealing with your guys, and then we start dealing with their workers, those working under them, so that they can be able, you see, we are here to explore in order to exploit. And people are saying, Handen, you said something. We are taking it upon ourselves to create this platform based on certain things, antecedents we have seen. What those antecedents while we are growing up, there was a time, Rodi, I was coming back. There was a time I was a young vet saying that older vets are not doing well. So now Rodia will enter into older vet. And still, that same discourse will still be prevailing. Now, let us start dealing with it. Even if we don't deal with it 100%, let's have a measure of dealing with it. So that is it. Rodia, continue. Oh, unmute yourself and continue. Daniel Akinwole.
Okay. Thank you so much, sir. I don't know what
Are you aware that we are giving you a topic?
Sir.
Are you aware?
Sir, I'm still learning, sir. Sir, I'm learning, sir.
Which learn? Okay. You are learning outside the university or inside the university? You have been in the university, outside the university. We are giving you gaps between young vets and old vets in the veterinary industry. This is a topic. Go and research on it. And then we'll give you, how to catch you. I'll catch Femi. Once I catch Femi, I've caught you. So I don't need to catch you. Oh, okay, continue.
All right, thank you. Well, thank you. I would learn a lot from mentors, sir. So I just want to appreciate the fact that there is the existence of a platform like this. Initially, I thought that Saturday mornings were for maybe laundry and do your piled work through the week. But after attending like the last 2 sessions of this session, like this Blue Bat, I felt like, oh no, this is something I should just dedicate whatever it is, like the first 12 hours of Saturday to, regardless of whatever time it to be. So thank you so much. Thank you for creating a platform from this event. I've gotten to meet you, sir. I've heard you speak a number of times. I've seen the people who have repeatedly joined this session, who have contributed wonderfully, and I have picked a lot of lessons that I am willing to put into my own personal work style, because I don't own a practice. I work for Farmalat. So I've picked a lot. So thank you very, very, very much.
Is Farmalat, Femi, is he vindictive? Is he bossy? Is he overbearing? Is he overperforming? Please tell us.
So you said that we should not sing these praises, but I think it is evident, the fact that I got the link to this session from Dr. Femi. It's a weekend and I don't have any responsibility to do job, but I have chosen, like I learned about this session through him. The fact that it was coming through him, like I knew that it's something I had to be on. He's an exceptional person, really. Like, he's effective. I'm not singing his praises. I'm just saying.
Okay, you're looking for promotion. You're looking for, don't worry.
No. So like, he's very
no,
dedicated.
Don't worry. Sorry, please. Most of these things we say here is for hilariousness. It's not for no. We overtalk to make people happy, and then it is part here. If you are sad, you enter this our platform. By the time you are leaving, you'll be happy, and you'll be laughing. So that's and you're an impact manager. Anyway, when you are dealing with gaps between younger and older vets, then you will tell us how to be impactful. Oh, we want to learn. I think we will be moving down the line to youngest generation. That's what we're going to help us. And I have learned a lot from you, Rodia, to be frank with you. Honestly, I've learned a lot. Maybe when you times your age by 2, you get my own. We have learned a lot. And that is what we are here. We are here, we want to learn. And that's why we set up this platform. If we are selfish, we can't set up this platform. And one thing I will tell people, like there's something following show expatiated on surface area. If your space is very narrow, that's when you want to think, let me get everything, let others not get. But if you get into order to partner to expand that space, you people will have enough. I remember when we were the Anglican Church, they were sending us off at UNA in 1987. Stupid us. Two of us started hiding drink. We were hiding beer. They give us, they continue giving us. They will see it. Until when each of us has 12 beer, bottles of beer, we are forced to bring it out. How many are you going to drink? You let us work to have excess. Because they had excess. So that even if you want to drink 24 bottles of beer, drink. So we didn't know when we were at one stage, I told my friend, let's bring this thing out. So let us work to expand the space so that we'll have enough. That's why we are even bringing topics that compete with our business. We don't care. Because we're trying to expand the business for our business to come in. Those that hide and thinking that we will tell you this, you will be better than me. Let me just tell you guys one thing. You are in the dustbin of history. The history of today, the world has come into terms with reality that we cannot be constrictive. And that's the way the world is expansive. And the only thing they could hold on, humanity could hold on to expand the world, is information technology. So that people will be informed. So that even if you know it, you don't tell people, you will Google and know it. So please, let everybody come out. Daniel Akinwole, speak to us. Oh?
Hello, good morning, sir.
Talk down on us if need be. Oh yeah. 12 noon, we're living here. Jesus Christ. We'll soon move. We'll move. Please, sorry for keeping you. You know, the topic is so sweet. This is the last so that we can wind up. Please. We are winding up. Akinwole, talk. We'll just scratch your own. And then we are bringing more topics, so don't worry. Akinwole. I think on this note, let's end this topic because Femi has somewhere to by 12 noon, and we have 5 minutes after. So Femi, thank you very much. Our big guest here, Professor Ike Chukwu of University of Maiduguri, Professor Makun Husina Makun, Professor Folorunsho Fashina. Everybody is clapping our hands here. That means we can see topics we have generated that will expand on this. We are not going to narrow down to this because this is the beginning of more topics to come. God bless you all and bye-bye. Thank you. Now, so we can fall out. Femi, you can fall out. Thank you. Femi. Femi. Anyway, we cannot fall out.